Alright guys, Robert out here. We're gonna try another video today. We're back out here on Glen Springs Lake. We're gonna try for a few bluegill today, see if the bluegills are bedding up any better. We was out here last week. I think we caught 14, 15 in a couple hours. They are starting to bed up, although it's new moon. It's not a full moon, so that ain't good for the bluegill. They're bedding up like 2 and 3 foot of water right now. The other day when I was out here, it was all a bunch of little ones, real little ones, with no shell crackers. It was all just bluegill. This lake here's got plentiful bluegills in it, some big shell crackers. We're gonna put around here and try a couple of different beds and stuff. Last year, whenever I come over here, I'd catch the limit in 2 or 3 hours. So we're gonna get out here and hopefully you guys are enjoying this video today. Make sure you like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Appreciate you guys watching. Let's get on. Alright, we're back over here on these old brim beds. I scouted out the lake a little bit. Went to about 3 different places that I fished last year on the bluegill beds, and they're just not really much on the beds yet. This is really the only active bed that I've seen so far. I've been here on about 15-20 minutes. I've already caught 3 off this little bed. Nothing big, but big enough to fit in the grease. It's mistaken, I think Friday or Saturday is the 1st of May. This is last part of April. But normally May's whenever they start setting up real good. Like I said, I'm a little early. They're not really on the beds yet. They're here and there. I'm getting a few hits, but nothing real big. Nice day to just get out the house and hit around, see what we can come up with. I've been sitting at the darn house for about 4 days now, and I've been just about bored out of my head. So figured I'd better get out here today and try to make another video. See what we can come up with. Of course, as soon as I turn the camera on, they're gonna all quit biting. It never fails. Hope you guys been checking out this last video there that I had a couple of. Oh, there's a nice one. I believe he might be big enough to fit in the grease tonight. I'll get him in here with that coontail moss all over him. But they're not real big. They're about 7 inches or so, I guess. But like I said, they are big enough to fit in the grease. But that's what we're using. Just a little old white popping bug. Some people like coming over here using crickets. Some guys like using the red worms. When I first started fishing for these little guys, I used to use the little red worms. But that's what we're using today. Just a little old white popping bug. Floats on top of the water, and them brim, they can't stand it, that thing being near their bed. So what they'll do is they'll come up here and hit that thing and try to get it out of their beds. But we're gonna put a hook in them if they do. Let me put this one in a live well so we can put him in the grease tonight. I was saying earlier, kind of fishing at a little handicap today, which for this little setup thing here that I do on these brim beds, I don't really need a trolling water. But First thing I did, I got out here this morning, put my trolling motor over in the water. I don't know, I guess I drove maybe 100, 150 feet, and it shut off. Looked at my little remote control thing, and my batteries were dead. So I noticed whenever I got in the boat, I started turning everything on. This little monitor down here, that little hummingbird fish monitor there, was on. So I've had this thing on charge for about, like I said, 4 maybe 5 days. I don't know. Them batteries should have been plenty charged. I don't know how much effect that would have been being on if they was charging and that was still on. But I almost went to Reelfoot today, which is about a 2-hour drive for me from where I'm at the house. I'm glad I didn't make that little ride. That would have been a miserable little ride back. Got up there and put my motor over in the water and had a dead trolling motor. That wouldn't have been good at all. There's another one. But these little old bluegills, they, like I said, they're starting to bed up. There's nothing real big on the beds yet. There's still a bunch of little small ones. But like that one right there. This little male, he peeing. Try not to knock the camera over with the little, but they love that little old popping bug. Hooked him right in the top of the mouth. That hook fell out of that one. The last one I had to get the tweezers out on him. We out here bluegill fishing today. I haven't seen any shellcrackers yet this year. I don't know. They last year I didn't catch but just a handful all year long. I don't know what's up with the shellcrackers in here. There's some big ones in here, but I think they're all deep. And for what I'm trying to do with this little fly rod is I'm gonna have to change something up to catch them shellcrackers. But we out here today, like I said, the water temperature today is 77 degrees. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. I'm just not an early riser. I don't know what's going on with me here lately, but I've been staying up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and then getting up about between 10 and 12 in the afternoon. For some reason I done got my clock all messed up. So I'm gonna have to get out of that, especially here coming here in a couple of months in the summertime. It's gonna get really, really warm. And I'm gonna have to for sure try to find something different to do. So make my butt get up in the mornings and get out here and make this video at daylight before it gets too hot. That's what I'd do in the summertime when it's real hot. I get out here in the summertime early in the mornings, put the boat in about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and get out here and get on these fish, get them stirred up, and then by 10, 11 o'clock I'm out of here before it gets too hot. But I like fishing in the shade anyway. I got this little bimini top thing here on my boat. I put it up a couple of times this year just to put it up and play with it to make sure, you know, it's gonna be okay whenever I do get ready to put it up. I don't want to be out here one day and a big old cloud come along and then I go to put up my bimini top and something wrong with it. So I put it up, down. It don't take me to about 3 or 4 minutes to actually put it up or down. But we do got it if we need it. So far I hadn't really needed it for the heat. Camera, my camera here. A lot of people have a lot of problems out of these GoPro cameras overheating. I don't know. I'm new to this, so far I haven't had any issues. But to be honest with you, whenever I fish, there's me another one. Whenever I fish for bluegills, catfish, whatever, I mostly catfish. But this time of year right here, man, these bluegill are on. And last week, a couple of weeks ago, we went up and caught a bunch of skipjack. And you know, them things are kind of seasonal on when they're really easy to catch. So whenever they're there he is. I don't know if you can see that line there, but I use that real high vis line. I'm over 50. It's kind of hard to see that clear stuff. And the fish, they don't mind. They don't mind it at all. Where I was at a while ago is, like I said, I'm 50 now, a little over 50. My eyesight ain't as good as it used to be, as they say. And so I put that little high vis line on there. They don't mind it. All that is a 6-pound high vis crappie line. Actually, is what I use for my tippet on my fly rods. Cheapest thing I can get. I've been to Bass Pro Shopping. Looked at like regular tippet that you're supposed to put on these poles. Man, that stuff is, those folks ought to be shot. I've thrown away no more line than what's on them little old spools that they sell for tippet. And it's like $20. And this little crappie line here, I think this that I got on here is 4-pound crappie line. High vis from Bass Pro Shop. I buy a spool, I think it's like 350 yards on this spool, for around under 20 bucks, I think is what I paid for it. And I use it, that's what I use for my crappie rods. I need to get out of here in the next couple of days after I figure out what's going on with this old trolling motor here. And that was a nice one. Just come up there and tap it. They're tapping it, but it's a bunch of them little dinks. They're not getting it in their mouth good to get hooked. Need to get out here in a couple of days once I figure out what's going on with my trolling motor again, and see if I can get back out here and get another good little crappie video. We're putting this channel together. Hope you guys have been liking the content. I've been putting out a little bit of different stuff here and there. Last time I checked my last catfish video that I put out, I put it out last week and I got right at 500 views on it. So it's doing pretty good. We're just getting started. I know a lot of these older guys, 500 views ain't nothing. They get them in a couple of hours, but I think that right now I got like 7 or 8 videos up. We're just getting started out here. Anything that you guys want to see out here as far as fishing, crappie fishing, like I said, I mostly do catfish, some bluegill right now. Done a few skipjack videos. On my catfish, you know, we do some jugs sometimes. Sometimes we just fish off the bank. Sometimes we may just go up to the river and troll. Probably going to be doing a lot of fishing this year on the Mississippi River. Doing some catfish videos. Hope you guys stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you guys can see them videos. We're going to try to do a lot of videos on the Mississippi River. When I first got into doing this YouTube stuff, I'd get on YouTube and start Googling YouTube videos to catfish on the Mississippi River. There's just not that many out there. Chris Souders, I'm sure everybody knows Chris Souders out there in the catfish world. He's about the only one that I've seen that's got a, substantial amount of people watching catfish videos on the Mississippi River. He fishes Mississippi, the Ohio, and all that up in there. So up around Kentucky a lot, I think he fishes. We're going to try to stay local here if we can for the first year or so until I get this channel up and going good. And who knows, we may make a couple of, my goal is anyways to get this channel up and running, get everybody liking my views, getting some good content out there, and maybe running down to Florida a couple of times a year and getting on some big fish down there. I'm not much of a saltwater fisherman. I may try to do some saltwater fishing. I just want to get down there and get on some big fish, some big fish, freshwater fish. Florida is more or less a saltwater community fishing, I guess you could say. It's not that many people that's in the freshwater fishing per se. I think around Kissimmee or somewhere like that maybe. There may be another little bluegill. A few people like to do a little freshwater fishing. That's probably where we'll go. And again, it's not a lot of people that do a lot of videos. There he is in Florida, especially freshwater videos like catfish. I think there's a few of them down there that do some big bass fishing. That's a little one, but we're gonna put him in the live well so we can stick him in the grease tonight. Like I said, we out here today. We're gonna try to catch a couple of these little dudes. This guy here, he ain't gonna be big enough to do nothing with really, but there's a taste in him there. We're trying to get enough of these guys together tonight to put together a little fish fry tonight, maybe. We'll see. But like I was saying earlier, you guys, you know, y'all get on them comments and let me know what y'all want to see out here. Like I said, I mostly catfish, but if there's something else you guys see me doing catfishing, y'all want to see me change it up a little bit, let me know. Anything we can do to get this channel growing. For some reason my subscribers, ain't very many people subscribing to the channel. There's a lot of I'm doing good with my views, I think, but I'm just not getting that many subscribers yet. So hopefully we can change that some kind of way. But talked to some guys earlier when I first come in here up here at the boat dock. They was out there on the pier fishing. A couple of guys, all they was catching was some little bluegill. I haven't heard of that many people catching any big catfish out here this year. I talked to a couple of the game wardens the other day that was over here, and they told me the same thing. They haven't really seen any catfish come out here yet this year. Catfish are normally this time of year they're turned on. I don't know what they're waiting on this year, but they being hard-headed, I guess. Something going on a little reel there. I didn't know what was going on with it, and I had my line wrapped around the back of my spool back here. It wasn't casting right. I was like, what am I doing wrong here? That sun, it's gonna pop out here in a minute, and it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna be a little warm. Supposed to be some thunder showers moving in this afternoon. I don't know. They're saying between 4 and 5. It's 2:30 now, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know exactly how late I'm gonna fish. Probably only gonna fish for a couple of hours. I'm curious to know what's going on with my trolling motor up there. Like I was saying earlier in the first part of the video, my trolling motor I got out here, it died. I put it in the water. I don't know, I went 200 or 300 feet and it just died. It just quit running. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? So I looked at my little remote, my little iPilot remote that I got. Looked at it and it said my batteries was dead. I mean, it's been on, the darn thing's been on charge for about 4 or 5 days. I don't know why the batteries would be dead, but okay. I paid $4,000 for that little trolling motor. I want it to work, and the thing ain't even 6 months old yet. That little dude there, he got off. He was fighting like he was a good one too. I don't know. Get this little old bug back out here. We're gonna see. I see some coming back in on the beds. Look like a bunch of little ones though. I'm not really seeing no big ones yet this year. Thinking about making a run up to Reelfoot this year. Couple of times. We're gonna try to run. Like I said, it's about a 2.5 hour drive up here from me. I get up there. You know, I want you guys to leave in the comments. Y'all guys want to get up there and see me do some bluegill fishing, some catfishing, or some crappie fishing. I've done a little bit of it all up there. About like this lake here. I have not been up there but once this year. We went up there one day and drove all the way up there. Wind was blowing about 15-20 mile an hour, and you couldn't even keep a boat in the water hardly. Well, we thought we was gonna have some whitecaps coming over in the boat. It was so bad up there. You couldn't run across the lake any faster than 4 or 5 mile an hour. A nice little bluegill. Oh yeah. That's a bigger one. I think that may be about the biggest one I've caught yet this year. He's not big, but he's bigger. All right, guys. Bigger for me. I want to show you this one here. I actually got me a little shell cracker. He's not real big, but see how he's got that little red ear? Some people call them red ears. Us around here, we call them shell crackers. He's not a very big one. It's a male, but the bluegills, that little fin right there, it would be all blue. And the shell crackers or red ears, whatever you guys want to call them, they're actually got that little mark there on their ear, red or orange, or whatever color you want to call that. But just thought I'd share that with you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise in the background. I got my little live well running there trying to refresh that water. Hope it's not interfering in the quality of the sound. I'm still trying to work on the sound on this thing. I had me some wireless mics ordered for this thing, for this GoPro. I'm using the little GoPro cameras to film these videos. The mics that I ordered would not work with this GoPro. I was looking so forward to that. I'd waited a week to get them things in the mail, and then once I got them in the mail, I found out I wouldn't be able to use them because they won't work with these GoPros. That was a bummer. But that little fish there, that was the first shell cracker I've caught this year. Caught him right up next to the bank, throwing against the moss, between the moss and the bank. He just come up there and plucked it. I've already had a couple of these guys here asking me that I'm friends with already on Facebook, and we just started a TikTok channel the other day. I hadn't got no videos on it. May make a couple of clips out of this and put on there. We got a TikTok thing we're gonna have going. I'll have it up and running. It's gonna be the same name, John Boat Robert Sisson. We're gonna see we can make a few dollars off of it too. I don't know, like I said, I'm just now getting into this. I don't know really how all this YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and all this stuff, how all this stuff really works yet. It's just fly by the seat of your pants. But so far, I think I'm doing good. I was watching a couple of videos of some female YouTubers today talking about when, you know, when they first got their channel started, the first month or the second month, how they was doing. They was showing how well they was doing, how many subscribers they had. One lady, she only had like 12 or 13 subscribers her first month. I ain't even really had this up putting out videos for a month yet, and I got more than that. And I've got more watch hours than she did in her first month, and I'm already went way past that. So we're getting there. It's growing. If that cute little old blonde that I seen on that YouTube channel, but if I can get more views than her, I'm doing something right, evidently. Because like I said, I've only been out here just a few weeks, and I'm well past for what she had on her first couple of months. She was putting out quality videos, I would say. I mean, she's putting out 2 or 3 videos a day. Of course, it wasn't fishing content, it was something else. So I don't know, we're growing. I've already got a couple of guys that's asking me about some t-shirts and hats. Some hats like this. I don't know if you guys watch these guys for real fishing. I met these guys at the Catfish Conference this year. Y'all got to check their videos out. They got a bunch of merch. They can sell hats, t-shirts. I think their biggest sellers are dip nets. They got like some bait dip nets and stuff for their bait tanks. I think that's their biggest seller. They push it a lot. Need to see about getting me some t-shirts and some hats here. I don't know, it won't be real soon. I'm gonna say within the next 6 months. We want to get monetized, and as soon as I can get monetized, get some extra coins in my pocket, as they say, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna try to put money right back into the channel, in other words, is what I'm trying to say. So for the first year, and get this thing growing. So Mr. Taylor, if you're watching this video, I'll make sure I'll send it to you. Mr. Taylor there, if you could give me a call sometime in the next couple of days there, while you sitting around up there at Houston's twiddling your thumb. I want to get with you and see if you know somebody can fix me up some hats, some t-shirts. Got a friend of mine that he watches the channel. Been a friend of mine, I don't know, about 15 years. Mr. Taylor up there at he does used to do, or still does, security up at Houston's restaurant in Memphis here. Knows a lot of people, that man does. So he can probably hook me up with somebody, I'm sure, that makes t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. But Don, give me a call there when you get a chance. There he is. Whoop, I missed that one. He all right, guys, Robert back here with you. We're gonna go ahead and do an outro video here. We got the limit on our bluegill, so we're fixing to have to roll them up and get out of here. Actually, I gotta go in here in my little live well. I got too many actually. I gotta pick out the 4 littlest ones and throw them back. Sitting here fishing, so I might ought to count them guys. Just pulled it up. I wasn't sure if it was 20 or 30 a day over here on the limit. It is 20. We got 24, so we got to throw 4 of these dudes back. It's been a good day. Still a little overcast and cloudy. Been out here right at 2 hours, around 2 hours. Got the limit, and like I said, we're gonna roll this thing up and go to the house and clean a few fish, and maybe if everything goes well tonight, and if I can get out here tomorrow, I'm gonna try to get out here tomorrow, maybe get another limit. We're supposed to be cooking some ribs this afternoon, so we're not gonna eat them guys today, but we sure gonna eat them tomorrow. Guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Yeah, I don't know really if it's how long this video was, probably 20, maybe 30 minutes or so. But if you enjoyed this video, enjoyed what you seen on the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you ain't. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.